Hey, beautiful friend, welcome back to another Vinyasa practice. If this is your first time practicing with me, it is lovely to be here with you. My name is Sarah. This class today, this Vinyasa practice is going to be pretty dynamic and fun. We are working up into our peak pose, Baby Grasshopper pose. So this month of August has been all about our animals, and if you've been curious about any of that, check out the last couple of videos that we have posted. Our Baby Grasshopper pose requires quite a big twist through the spine and openness through the hips and ankles. So our flows will kind of be dedicated towards that. One more thing before we get started. If you love this video once we've finished it, I would love it if you could like and comment and subscribe, share it with a friend. The more engagement that this channel, this video can get, the more able I am to produce this free content on YouTube. If you wanted to support me a little bit more directly, which again will help fund taking time out to produce these videos as well as education and getting all the equipment that we need, then you can support me on Patreon. And I'll leave the link down below where you can access longer form classes as well as getting some other benefits as well. We will get started in a seat today. So maybe you find a cross-legged position. If there's another seat that works well, find that for you. Start to close down the eyes. Can you take a big breath in through the nose? Find length from the lower back, and then the mid back, then upper back, then the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, keep that length, but find a little bit more depth. So dropping the hips towards the ground, softening the shoulders away from the ears, softening the eyebrows, the eyelids, the jaw. And keep connecting with the breath as we drop into here. Not just dropping in with our body, but dropping in with our attention. Starting to become aware of what it feels like to be on our mat in this moment, in our body, in our mind and our heart. And a theme that I would love to infuse this practice with is a yogic concept of santosha. And santosha means contentment. It is our second niyama. Our niyamas being a way to kind of look inwards, or a guideline for how we should act on the inside. And we will be doing a lot of single leg kind of strength and balance here, and it is very likely that one side is going to be different from the other, maybe a little bit more stronger, more able, and vice versa. And it's very easy for ourselves to get frustrated when we may experience that. And contentment and santosha ask us to be patient, to find acceptance wherever we are along our journey, kind of just letting things be as they are, not trying to force kind of a certain experience upon ourselves. And we can practice this off the mat as well. This is designed to be practiced off the mat. So anytime that we feel kind of judgment occurring between our journey and the journey of someone else, we try to take a step back, take a breath, and just recognize that things will come in our own time, and we try not to force anything. We'll just take about 3 to 4 more breaths here, completely arriving on our mat with acceptance of our experience as we are at the moment. Maybe filling up a little bit deeper into the diaphragm, into the ribs, into the chest. Maybe practicing your ujjayi pranayama, the constriction of the back of the throat. One more breath in. Exhale. We're going to start to unwind and find our first asana of the day. Extend the left leg out long on the mat. Cross the right foot over the left thigh. Take a big breath in. Find length through the spine. As we exhale, Adho Matsyendrasana. Left elbow might come in front of the right shin as we twist towards the right. Alternatively, the left elbow can come around the right thigh. Draw the left toes back. Take a big breath in. Find a little bit more length through the spine. As you exhale, can you track the heart space open towards the right? Come back through center. Keep the legs exactly where they are. I'm going to start to walk our hands out towards the left. Keep peeling the right knee back. Can you walk your right hand out even a little bit further? Take a big breath in, fill up through the right ribs, expanding the lungs. As you exhale, maybe dropping the armpits down towards the ground, feeling a stretch through the right side body. Let's walk the hands in slightly. Keep the left fingertips up. Take a big breath in, reach the right hand away, expand and lift through the heart. And then as you exhale, thread the right hand towards the back of the mat. Let's try that 2 more times. So inhale, lift and open. Exhale, can we twist? Dropping the chest down. 1 more time. Big twist through the spine. Breathe in. Exhale, lowering. Come back through center. Let's swap it out. Try it on the other side. So left foot crosses up and over the right thigh this time. Take a big breath in. Exhale your twist variation towards the left. Left fingertips come behind. So you're trying to use the arm as a way to draw and leave the chest open. 1 more breath. Try lift from the lower back, mid back, upper back. Exhale. Unwind, keep the legs where they are. Breathe in. Reach the hands out towards the right this time. Exhale, find depth. Think about pulling the left hip back a little bit more. Reach the left fingertips out. Big breath in. Exhale. Walk the right hand in a little bit more. Keep the fingertips up. Breathe in, sweep the left hand away. Exhale, twist the left hand towards the right. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. This is going to be warming us up for our baby grasshopper. Inhale. Exhale. Come back through center. Cross over the feet. Reach the hands out in front. Spread the fingertips wide. We tuck onto the toes, lift the hips up and back into our downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spread the toes wide. Maybe you pedal out your feet for a couple of moments here, dropping one heel down, dropping the other heel down. Noticing what it feels like to be in your body here. What can you feel? What sensations are quite strong? Where can you find openness? Can you press through the hands to lift the hips up high? And before we start moving into our first flow, can we find a moment of stillness? Soften the heels towards the ground. Take a big breath in through the nose. Filling up deep, and then maybe exhale through the mouth. Letting go of any stuck energy. Breathe in, sweep the right toes high, 3-legged dog. Lengthen the leg. Exhale, roll yourself forward. Right knee comes towards the nose. And then step the right foot where the right hand was. Drop the left knee down. Breathe in, start to lift the right hand high. And then as you exhale, maybe you bring the right hand towards the right thigh as you press yourself open towards the right. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Come back through center, breathe in. Exhale, right elbow might touch towards the ground, lizard lunge. Maybe the left elbow joins it, doesn't have to touch. Okay, you could stay here, you could tuck onto the left toes, you could lift the left knee off. Imagine like the back of the thigh was trying to touch the ceiling. One final option is to shift the weight into the right foot and then see if you can hover the elbows off the ground. That's pretty spicy, isn't it? Left hand comes down, breathe in, sweep the right hand high, maybe hand to thigh option this time to bring the hand towards the left foot. Exhale, twist towards the right. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, your lizard lunge of choice. One more time, inhale, open, find the twist. Exhale to deepen. Pull the left foot in, inhale. Exhale. If you're on your elbows, come back to your hands. Walk your right foot in slightly. Tuck onto the left toes. Breathe in. Launch yourself forward. Lift the left toes. Exhale, standing splits. Try to drop the chest down over the right thigh. Imagine like someone was pulling your left foot away. Lengthen the left leg. Take a big breath in. Start to lift tall through the spine. As you exhale, bend both legs. Left knee taps towards the inside of the right calf. Drop the hips back. Inhale, standing splits. Maybe you hover the hands off the ground. As you exhale, same thing, but this time left knee comes to the outside of the right calf. Drop the hips back. Inhale, press away. Lengthen the leg. Exhale, inside. Maybe lift the chest up a bit more. Inhale, kick away. Exhale, right side of the leg. Pull the left foot up into the glutes. Inhale, stand tall. Keep the left knee bent. As you exhale, take the hands behind the back. Pull the knuckles down. Hands travel over towards the right hip. Breathe in. Exhale, start to twist towards the left. Imagine like you're trying to pull the knuckles towards the belly button. Oh, find a little bit more length. Breathe in. Exhale, can you twist the left shoulder back a bit more? Left heel comes down, breathe in, reach the knuckles back, open the heart, exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Knuckles draw towards the front of the mat, tuck the chin in. Release the hands to the shins, breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana. Maybe you lift the heels off the ground, shoulders pull back. As you exhale, Uttanasana, option, bring the toes off the ground, maybe the balls of the feet. Land the front of the foot down, breathe in. Lift up a little bit, exhale, narrow Malasana squat. Try drop the hips down, maybe reach hands out in front of you for a bit of counterbalance. Working into ankle mobility here. It's okay if the heels are off, but try bring them down. Imagine like the toes are pulling back towards the shins. Breathe in, lift the hips, hands come down. Exhale, step back to plank, chaturanga. Elbows bending close on your knees or your toes. Come down to your belly. Untuck the toes. Breathe in, draw the shoulders back. Baby Bhujangasana. Exhale, press up onto the knees. Tuck onto the toes, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. I'm going to try that on the other side. Breathe in, sweep the left toes high. Keep the left shoulder and hip down. Exhale, roll forward, left knee towards the nose. Replace the left hand with the left foot. Right knee comes down. Breathe in, left hand comes towards the thigh. Exhale, twist away to begin with. Drop the hips down towards the ground. Unwind the hands. Left elbow might come to the ground. Breathe in. Exhale, maybe the right elbow joins. If you want the options, you can tuck onto the right toes, lift the right knee off. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you shift into the left foot. Try hover the elbows off the ground. Right hand comes down. Right knee comes down. Breathe in. Sweep the arm, maybe it catches onto the right foot. Exhale, if you've got the foot up, flex the foot. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, lizard lunge of choice. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to your hands, walk the left foot in towards the middle of the mat, spread the left toes wide, breathe in. Exhale, kick the right foot up, standing splits. So working on our single leg balance and strength here. Inhale, maybe lifting yourself up a little bit more. Exhale, bend both legs, right knee towards the inside of the left calf, maybe even a little bit further down. Inhale, extend the leg back. See if you can hover the hands off the ground. Exhale, right knee to the outside of the left calf. Pull the right foot in. 2 more times. Inhale. You can always bring the hands down if you need. Exhale, lift the chest. Hips go back inside of the leg. Inhale. Exhale, outside. Inhale, press through the left foot to lift yourself up. Bring the knee about hip distance, hip in line with the hip, hands come behind, breathe in. Exhale, draw the knuckles down. Start to bring the hands towards the left hip. And can you use the spine as a way to rotate that right shoulder back? Keep lifting tall through the spine. Breathe in, place the right foot down, hands come down, lift tall through the chest, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, lower yourself forward. Release the hands, breathe in, halfway lift, come onto the toes, lift the heels, shoulders down. Exhale, land the heels, but lift the toes, maybe the balls of the feet, tuck the chin in. Start to breathe in again, lift a little bit. Exhale, narrow malasana again. Finding depth. It's not very often that we find ourselves in these positions in our day-to-day life, but we want to try and encourage them. It's so good for us. Lift the hips again, breathe in. Option this time, if you wanted to jump back through your chaturanga, option to go through Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. So inhaling to find your openness, open back bend of choice. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. We're going to make our way to the top of the mat to find our second flow. So breathe in, look forward, bend the legs, option to walk, or you can hop in between the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Uttanasana, hands to shins, just a normal one this time. Exhale, fold again. Inhale to rise, ripple through the spine. Lifting the arms up and over the head, just in front of the body. Exhale, hands down. Okay, let's play with some more balance. Start to transition the weight into the left foot. Breathe in, sweep the right knee high with the hands. Exhale, Garudasana. Right thigh crosses over the left thigh. Maybe right toes touch down. Maybe you can find the double clasp with the right foot coming behind the left calf. If you want the arms, left elbow comes on top, maybe touching opposite shoulders, or you could take around and press the palms together. Send the hips back, lift the elbows. You could stay here if you want a bit more, breathe in. Exhale, curl the elbows towards the thighs. Draw the belly button in, inhale at the bottom. Exhale, come up. Release the arms and the legs, breathe in, lift the knee, option to extend the right leg out long. Exhale, take the leg around, keep going until the right edge of the foot comes to the outside of the mat. Right hand comes down, maybe come up onto fingertips, breathe in, lift the left hand. Exhale, draw the right shoulder underneath, maybe look up towards your left thumb. And whatever way we can, we're going to come down to the ground. Maybe you turn the left toes in slightly, lower the hips down. Take that left foot behind you. Okay, quite a long step back. We're going to come off our mat here. Right hand comes away, right fingertips turn away. I'm going to press up into wild thing. So breathe and lift the hips. Exhale, open. Squeeze the glutes. Find openness through the heart space. Lower the hips down towards the ground. Look towards the top of the mat. Breathe in as you step the left foot back forward. Using the strength of the leg, can you press yourself up, sweep the right toes high? 3 standing splits. You could say here, you could bend the right knee. If you want a little bit more, left hand can come around to try bind with the right foot. If it lands, can you try kick the right heel away? Right fingertips can stay down on the ground. If you want a challenge, see if your right hand can come around the outside of the left heel. If it meets, maybe you can try scoop the chest open towards the left. Wow. Okay, one more breath wherever we are. Again, just having fun, accepting this journey on the leg. Land the right foot down next to the left, sweep both hands towards the ground, breathe in, Utkatasana, hips go back, keep lifting high, maybe a baby back bend, and then hands by the sides, Tadasana. We're going to try that all on the other side. Shift the weight into the right foot, spread the right toes wide, breathe in, sweep the arms, lift the knee. Exhale, bend the right leg as you cross the left leg over the thigh. Maybe you find the double clasp on this side. If you want the arms, right elbow can come on top. Maybe the palms touch. Lift the elbows, lift the hands. Garudasana, eagle. Such a powerful pose. Well, Garunda, that eagle, is also a very powerful mythological creature as well. Breathe in, maybe lift the elbows a little bit higher. As you exhale, can you curl in, maybe elbows touch towards the leg. Breathe in at the bottom. Exhale, stay low in the legs, but lift the palms up. Release the arms and the legs, breathe in, lift the knee. Maybe you extend the legs out long. Exhale, make a circle. Try to keep your balance until the outer left foot comes down to the right side of the mat. Left fingertips or hand comes down and breathe in. Sweep the right hand high. Exhale, find your twist. Eye gaze lifts. Bring the eye gaze back down. Maybe taking the left hand out a bit more to support you, dropping down onto your hips. Take the right foot back a bit. Maybe turning the toes away to the back of the mat. Left hand comes off the mat as well. Breathe in, lift the hips. Exhale, squeeze the glutes. Just make sure that this feels good for you. So adjust it as you need. Lower the hips down. Right foot comes up and over towards the top of the mat. Breathe in. As you exhale, use the strength of the right leg to press yourself up. Sweep the left toes high. Standing splits. You could stay here. You could bend the left leg. Maybe the right hand comes around to catch. Try kick away with the left foot. Again, you could stay here with the left fingertips on the ground. If you wanted to try that extra balance challenge, see if you can bring the left hand around the right ankle. Using this class as a way to pull the chest down a little bit more and maybe even twisting it towards the right. One more breath. Let's land the left foot next to the right. Sweep the hands down, hips back, breathe in. Lift the arms up, maybe baby back bend. Squeeze the glutes, exhale, hands down. We're gonna make our way back down to our downward facing dog for our final flow of practice. Breathe in, lift the arms, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift the heels, expand away from the legs, ribs down. Exhale, land the heels, lift the toes, maybe the balls of the feet, tuck the chin in. Tap the toes down, narrow squat. Hips go back, reach the arms forward. One more breath, yeah. Can you keep trying to send the weight forward with the chest? Inhale, lift the hips, hands come down. Exhale your way back into your downward facing dog. And before we move again, find stillness. Big breath in, maybe an exhale through the mouth. Reminding ourselves of santosha, of contentment, letting go of any frustration that we may be experiencing as we practice our balances, knowing that things will come in our own time if we keep just turning up. Inhale, sweep the right toes high, three-legged dog. Some of this is going to feel familiar. Exhale, roll forward, right knee to nose. Set the right foot in between the mat. Left knee comes down. Inhale, peel that right arm open. Exhale, pull the left foot towards the glute. Okay, this is where we get a bit funky. First option I'll just show you. You're going to release the bind and kick back up into our bound standing splits. If you wanted, I know how fun this is going to be. Some people may need, some people think that I need to readjust what fun means. Okay, we might start to walk the right foot back a little bit more. Keep the bind of the right hand around the left foot. Slide the left knee forward a little bit more. And we're going to try to keep the bind as we press up. Okay, so shift, and then press. It's quite a challenging one to do. We're going to have a play with our grasshopper here. So start to bend your right knee. The left knee is going to come to the outside of the right calf. Right hand wanders towards the outside of the left foot. Start to press the left foot away as you drop the hips back slightly. Right shoulder comes in front of the shin. Dive the heart space forward. So the left hand is out slightly. Take one more breath here. And then come down. Well done. Let's unwind again. Take the right foot behind, just like we had before. We practice our wild thing. Left hand turns towards the side. Breathe in, press through the heels. Lift yourself up. Sweep the right arm by the ear. Exhale. Lower the hips down. We have an opportunity to play with another way of getting into our grasshopper. Turn the left foot towards the front. Right foot comes up and over. So we've kind of been in this position before. Try scoop the chest forward. Right hand tries to draw towards the outside of the left foot. Left hand might come away. Okay, you could stay here and just practice getting this forward bend and this twist, or you could start to lift up the hips, bringing the weight into the right foot. Keep diving the heart space forward, breathe in. Exhale to lower. Wow, that was strong. Okay, we're going to try and find our way up into a narrow squat. Now, my challenge for you here is how little of a rock you can take to get up. So you might even just be able to bring the feet in and then shoot your way forward, okay? If you need to take a little bit of a rock, we're just having a bit of fun here. Landing with our heels down. The closer the feet are, the more challenging this is. Once we're up, let's find our way back through our downward facing dog. I know for me, this side is going to be quite a bit different. So again, we're just practicing acceptance of our body, acceptance of the different parts of ourselves. Breathe in, sweep the left toes high. Exhale, roll forward, left knee towards the nose. Set the left foot in between the hands, lower the right knee down. Inhale, start to sweep the left hand up and then behind. Exhale as it clasps onto the foot. Okay, start to look towards the top of the mat again. We're going to, again, either just press through the right toes and kick ourselves off. If you wanted to try, keep the bind. You want to slide the left foot back, right knee forward, shift the weight into the left foot, and then kick up. Whew. Okay, grasshopper on this side. Start to bend the knees. Shift the hips back. Right knee comes around the outside of the left knee. Start to send the right heel away. Right fingertips come to the side. Drop the hips down. Take one more breath. Lower the hips. Let's take that left foot up and behind. Turn the left toes away slightly. Right hand comes off the mat. You can stay down if that feels better. Otherwise, breathe and lift the hips. Try to find a little bit of grace here as you squeeze the glutes open through the heart. Then lower yourself down again. Turn the right leg towards the front. Left foot's going to come up and over the right thigh. Again, opportunity to play one last time. So we want to shift our upper body forward towards the right. See if we can bring the left hand around towards the left foot. Maybe we just stop here. Maybe it's that bind that we're trying to get first. Right hand, fingertips come to the side. If you're ready for it, if you're wanting to, shift the weight forward, press out of the left foot, keeping the right hand down on the ground so you've got some weight there to help support you. Press the left shoulder back into the left shin. One more breath. Then land yourself down. Well done. This time we're just going to stay in a seat. So maybe you find a sukhasana or a cross-legged position. Closing down the eyes. Letting the heart rate slow down a little bit. And our baby grasshopper pose, it generally activates our second and our third chakra. Our second chakra being our swadhisthana chakra, which is responsible for kind of the feelings of creativity and joy and pleasure. And our third chakra, our manipura chakra, is responsible for feelings of discipline and confidence. It's associated with fire. And so this pose may allow us to shift energy within those realms. And just notice if any of that landed with how you're experiencing this practice at the moment. I'm gonna slow things right down. Before we do, we will have an opportunity to play with to practice our Nadi Shodhana. This is our alternative nostril breathing. If you haven't done this before, just open your eyes here. We're going to take our right hand and bring our second and third finger in. So we've got our thumb and our fourth finger. And basically we just block one side as we breathe in, and then block and then breathe out. So this is our pranayama practice today, pranayama being our life force and yama meaning to expand, which we can influence with our breath. And the breath ratio that we'll be doing is just breathing in for a count of 6, holding for a count of 6, breathing out for a count of 6, and holding at the bottom for a count of 6. And at any point, if this doesn't work for you today, please feel free to let this practice go. Okay. Alternatively, you can change the counts of the breath. Let's all just take a big breath in through both nostrils, lift up tall. Exhale, keep that alertness, but soften down a bit more. Block out the right nostril, breathe in through the left for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Block both nostrils, hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release out of right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Block both. Hold 6, 5, 4. Relax. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in through right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round each side, finishing with breathing out on the left by ourselves. And once you've completed that full round, just releasing the hand, returning to neutral breaths in and out. And so our Nadi Shodhana, it allows us to find balance between the two, kind of the more masculine, the more feminine side of ourselves. And so just like this practice, we're trying to find unification, acceptance, balance. We're gonna cool down pretty quickly. Open the eyes, take the feet wide. We're gonna find our Upavista Konasana, which is our seated wide angle pose. Soften the knees if you need. Let the knees turn up towards the sky. If you can, try draw the toes back. Find a big breath in, length through the spine. Exhale, maybe you start to walk your hands forward a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. Again, just finding acceptance and kindness for where we are today. And at any point you need, you can have your hands behind your back as well. Maybe even close down the eyes. letting the upper body be heavy here. Letting that focus of the breath that our pranayama practice allows us to find deepen our experience of our different parts of ourselves right now. Let's take 2 more big breaths here. Letting go of any kind of stuck energy with our exhale. Start to walk the hands back. We're going to keep the legs wide but find some side bends. So breathe in, sweep the right hand high. Left elbow might come onto the inside of the leg. Exhale, side bend. So you're trying to reach up and away with the right hand rather than trying to reach down towards the foot. We want to try to keep that right shoulder as open as we can. Breathe in, come back through center. Exhale, side bend. Try push the left hip down. Maybe pressing the right elbow into the leg to open the right shoulder underneath. Inhale, come through center. Option to stay with a side bend if you want to try a wild thing variation. Walk the feet in slightly, turn the toes towards the left. Left hand comes behind. As you exhale, lift up the hips. Squeeze the glutes slightly, reach the right hand away. Inhale, come to the ground. Let's try the other side. Turn the toes. Exhale, lift the hips. Find length through the front of the left hip flexor. Let's come back down. We're going to head down onto our backs for a couple of asanas to finish out our practice. Maybe grabbing the backs of the legs. Curling yourself down, trying to notice those different vertebrae as you land the spine down. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then when you're ready, extend the left leg out on the ground. Keep drawing the right knee towards the chest. You could stay here. You could extend the right leg high. Maybe grabbing the backs of the thigh, maybe the calf, maybe the foot. This is our Supta Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So what that means is Supta meaning reclined, Utthita meaning extended, Hasta meaning hand, Pada meaning foot. Trying to breathe in into any intensity that you might be experiencing. Noticing if you can find a little bit more depth, a little bit more range here. Maybe using your exhale, pulling the leg in a bit closer. We're going to extend this leg out to the side. So maybe the hand comes around the outside of the foot. Keeping the knee bent. You can always find a half happy baby instead. You could also keep the peace fingers around the big toe. I'll provide one more option if you're feeling pretty open today. We haven't worked much external rotation, which means the femur bone kind of pointing away instead of in front of us. But in the chance that you did, bend your knee first, lift up the chest, and then try and bring the right shoulder on the inside of the right knee crease. Now you might stay here and try to work up to that. If you're feeling pretty good, left hand might come around the outside of the right foot, and then just gradually we try to open the right foot towards the side, lying the head down. Keep trying to press the left leg down towards the ground. And again, we are not trying to force our body into shapes that it doesn't want to go into, so make sure that this works for you. One more breath. Unwind, find your way back through center. Extend the right leg out long, draw the left knee towards the chest, big breath in. Exhale, extend the left leg away. Again, walking the hands wherever it feels good. Maybe a slight tuck of the chin, maybe even close down the eyes. And just notice where your mind goes when we slow down a bit more. And if it does float away, just with kindness, encourage it to come back. We're going to move this to the side. So whatever variation feels good. Trying to keep both sit bones down on the ground, especially the right leg. Again, if you wanted the different variation with the chest in front, you just lift yourself up. Try get the left shoulder in front of the left leg as much as the left knee crease. That is a very intense asana, by the way. And so, be kind to yourself. We're all on our own journeys. One more breath. And then when you're ready, just coming back through center, landing in shavasana. Close down the eyes. Can you let the body become heavy here? Connect back with your breath. And when we feel content, we don't feel that urge or that need to rush. Often that need or that desperation comes from fear. Maybe a lack of confidence in our own journey and a lack of trust and faith. Maybe it comes from a place of anger, but again, anger sometimes comes from fear. And so we try release our grasp. Sometimes that feels really uncomfortable. But we try sit with that, knowing that we will feel better. It will come. If you had longer to stay in your shavasana, I would so highly encourage you to pause this video and just take those extra couple of minutes to find those moments of stillness. And we're going to slowly make our way out, maybe making small movements of the body. And then when we feel ready, maybe grabbing the backs of the legs, we'll find a way up into a seat. Keeping the eyes closed to remain in this practice of turning inwards. And maybe the hands stay in the lap. Maybe they come through heart center. And if there's a saying, a word, a value, something that you'd like to finish your practice with, maybe you can say this to yourself now. Something that you'd like to take out into the rest of the day. Take a big breath in. Find length, lift tall. Exhale. Let's bow our heads in gratitude of this practice of yoga. I thank you so much for practicing with me today. And I really hope to see you again sometime soon. From me to you, namaste. If you really enjoyed it, again, please engage with this video, like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And if you wanted to support me more directly so I can keep making these free videos, head to our Patreon account down below. Much love to you.